Hello everyone and welcome back to Path of Exile. Last time we cleared the fetid pool of the Necromancer and all his minions, and now we can go back to Lion's Eye Watch to hand in the quest. The loading times are nice and short in this game. It seems to be fairly well coded.
Hello.
Okay, firstly I'm selling you stuff. Definitely not these though, I'm selling you these. And all of this, because I now have level 6, so I can actually use these. This one goes into storage, this one's a quest item, meaning I forgot to sell you the life flask. You don't get much for just standard flasks, but still, it's better than nothing.
Don't tell Tarkley, but they're the foulest fowl I've ever tasted. Still, exiles can't be choosers.
So, these roa birds, I'm assuming not the skeletal versions, though they serve as food. Not particularly tasty, as she says, but as she also says, not much choice in the matter, so I have to take what they can get, I guess. However, Tarkley, we finished your quest.
A necromancer? We've got enough undead wandering around without someone raising more for us to deal with. Well, good to see you don't mind getting your hands filthy. Here, have this. To mark a dirty job well done.
Okay, a Book of Regrets.
I've travelled inland, on the Emperor's Road via the Prisoner's Gate. Had to skirt around Axiom Prison. That's the holdfast of Brutus, the warden. Bloody treacherous trip it was. Worth it. There's forest inland. Game, berries, fruit. More food than we can scrounge here. But most here wouldn't survive the journey. Would be a damn sight easier if we could pass through the prison. Tell you what. You carve us a path up the coast, find us a way past or through Brutus, and you'll have more than a few lives owing to you.
Okay, we can talk to him about the rowers as well.
Rowers? Overgrown chickens with a murderous streak. Easy enough to bring down, one by one, but just don't get surrounded by them. They'll talon your guts out and snap you up like a big fat worm. If you get the chance, have a rifle through their nests. The bros are a bit like magpies. Got an eye for what shines.
Okay, and what do you know about strange glyphs?
Interesting glyph you got there. Looks about right to fit into that rock wall in the mudflats. Lucky find, I say. Complete the set, put them in the sockets, and stand well back.
Okay, don't have anything I want to sell. I'm using the Book of Regrets now. Meaning I now have 2 refund skill points, which if I press refund I could refund, for example, the cast speed increases and such, but I'm not really interested, so I'm just keeping them.
No, I was never there.
Okay, tell me about surviving Rayclast.
One day we'll be strong enough to make our way inland, build new lives on the carcass of a dead empire. It's why God sent us maggots here, isn't it?
Maybe it is, maybe it is. But we're now back to the fetid pool, which is now empty, of course. We cleared it of monsters. So let's check the mud flats again. I think I might have been gone for long enough to make the area reset. I think it's like 8 to 15 minutes. If you're out of an area for that long, it resets. So thinking that might be the case. I'm not sure. But it doesn't matter. It just means more enemies for me to kill. Right now my mana regeneration is quite low. Eventually I'll be getting some nice skills which help with that though, so
I need more mana.
that will make it a lot easier to maintain spamming fireballs and such without using potions. There we go. By the way, occasionally you might notice that I do an attack, but I don't really get much of an animation, but the enemy still loses life. That's not really a glitch in the game, that's due to it being a server-based game, so the information that the enemy has lost life gets back to me, but the actual damage animation just doesn't happen because the packet gets lost or because of lag. It's not very common though. And let's see what this carving has to say.
Black storms descend on us from the north, unnatural tempests of rage and hatred, lashing our backs, tearing at our houses. The rain is shot with shadow. It withers our crops, sickens our livestock. And the wind carries with it a restless spirit that breeds melancholy and madness, a spirit that creeps through our dreams, weaves tales of misdeed around our resting minds. We try not to listen. We try to remember ourselves. Some of us forget. Brothers fight. Brothers die. Calm punishes those that quarrel, that steal, that murder. Yet still the nightmares goad us into malefaction. We Karui are banished from sleep.
So the things do not seem to be going quite as well as they might. Orb of Augmentation. Let's see what that does. I'm not certain. Did we get one of those already? Enchants a magic item with a new random property. As I said, I'll get more into the whole crafting aspect of the game later. Yeah, this is a newly generated area, but there's still the waypoint, so we could head back to town from there if you wanted to. We don't really want to, of course, but we could. Oh. I think in the interest of not spending as much time going back and forth from town, I'm not picking up the white items anymore. I'm only picking up enchanted stuff for now. Okay, Savage Scavengers, which improves their damage, basically. Oh, whoa, that looks to be some sort of boss. A poisoning one.
I need more mana.
Yeah. Poison is chaos damage over time. As you can see, enemies take poison damage over time. Chaos damage over time. Which means it bypasses my energy shield. Haha, but now he's dead. Didn't drop anything worthwhile though. And since we are now getting a fair amount of town portal scrolls and such, in my experience from my first playthrough, eventually I was sort of low on the scrolls of wisdom, so I couldn't identify every single blue item I found anymore. But I could eventually get more town portal scrolls than I needed to, so at first I had to sort of scrounge for them because they were quite rare, but as the game progressed I had more than I needed of them, so... I'm assuming the same thing will happen again, meaning for now they might be a bit rare, but they will definitely become quite common eventually. And also eventually I found more of the Scrolls of Wisdom than I needed, but there was a point somewhere towards the end of the first act, I guess, where it did not look quite so nice. Okay, another nest. I can tell from the mini-map that I'm about to approach another nest, where I'm going to find another one of these glyphs. But first, of course, I need to get rid of the birds, because they, for some reason, don't like it when I scavenge their nest. Oh, coral amulet, nice. Haliotis glyph thing. We'll look at it in a moment. Medium life flask. Very nice. Here it is. Corrupted surface brings a strange tingle to the fingertips. This is no mere decoration. And the orb of transmutation we've already seen. There must be a third nest, however. I think it's this one. No, it's not this one. You remember I've been in the area before, and now we're basically getting a new version of it. So one of the nests I already plundered last time, which means this time I won't find the glyph in it. Need to find the third nest.
I need more mana.
Yep, the mana issue. Okay. I have a few special enemies here, but nothing I can't handle. And the last glyph. And as we heard in town, there's supposedly a sort of wall somewhere here where we can put them in, and something happens. So let's see if we can't find that place. This is the Fetid Pool. So it's not where we want to go. Woohoo, level 7. Okay. Seems like I have some peace now. Elemental Dominion, 20% increased elemental damage with spells and 20% to... plus 20 to intelligence. So I don't really put spec points into my primary attributes either. I don't have like stat points I gain on levels. I increase strength, intelligence, dexterity and such via passive skills. And this is the place. Strange glyph wall. So now the lower submerged passage is open, I believe. But I don't quite think I'll go in there right now. Right, so I think I'm largely done with this area. Oh, there's one dripping dead still left. I do seem to recall that you get a sort of achievement in some areas when you kill every single enemy in the area, but I'm not certain if this is one of those areas, so... And I'm not certain if I killed every enemy in here, so that's another problem. Empty chest, wahey. By the way, the rings and amulets I got, they're all unenchanted, so they only give a basic effect. Life regeneration and some maximum life. Okay. Increased accuracy rating, giving lightning damage. Quite honestly, I think I can use this rusted sword instead of my wand. It means the standard attack will become a sword attack. The default attack, I guess. But I can still use the fireball just as well, so I could put the fireball gem into a melee weapon and it doesn't make it a melee skill, I guess. 1 life regenerated per second would probably be better, but I don't have another blue slot. I might have to cut this episode slightly shorter than intended, but I don't want to start a new area now.
So, you opened the tidal passage and lived to tell the tale. Forgive me if I don't seem over the moon about it. I was running down a wounded rower one night's eve, when I glimpsed something in the watery cave, behind the mists of the falls. Looked a bit like one of those sand spitters, with the size of a bloody ox. I reckon it'll be nesting down in the flooded depths somewhere, below that submerged tunnel. If you're going that way then, do us a favor. Take this and go spill the old shield crab's guts, before it gets hungry and comes looking for us.
Ooh. Ice Nova we've already got. Raid Zombie I don't like. Storm Call. Sets a marker at a location. After a short duration, lightning strikes the marker, dealing damage around it. When this happens, it will also set off the lightning at any other markers you've cast. Okay. Interesting. Ice Spear. Launches a shard of ice that pierces close enemies before exploding on a distant enemy with a much higher critical strike chance. Cold Snap. Ice protrude from the ground. At target location, monsters in this area take damage and become frozen. The cooldown can be bypassed by expending a power charge. Okay, and Firestorm. I do like Firestorm. And I might as well sell my items here. Everyone gives me the same for my items, so at least I think so. Let's see though, can I maybe buy some headgear? Does he sell headgear? He does. Anything I might like though? I don't think belts can hold slots. And he does not... okay. Wait, actually, let me try and make sure. Okay, I'm not connected to global and trade chat, but don't think I can leave local chat, so I'm gonna have to see this sort of stuff about people trying to sell things. Just don't pay it any mind, basically.
Be careful.
Okay.
Surviving in Rayclast is a simple matter. Don't be curious. Most exiles test fate, braving the coasts in hopes of taking Prisoner's Gate to greener pastures. None have returned. Perhaps they were right. Or perhaps their lives were dashed as quickly as their hopes.
Oh, she's a bit gloomy. Anyway, I'm guessing I could buy a wand here. Increased elemental damage with weapons is kind of pointless. Thinking I'm going to buy this one. And then I might as well use the rest of the episode to show you some upgrading. It's not going to be particularly useful, but this is a normal item. As you can see, the name is spelled in white, so I can use an Orb of Transmutation to upgrade it to a magic item, giving me an increased mana regeneration rate, which is nice. And I guess might as well just for show use the Orb of Augmentation, which enchants the item with a new magic property. So now it also has plus 19 to maximum mana, which is nice. Passive skill refund point. This one would basically reforge it, so I would get new random items, which attributes which I don't really want right now. Meaning that's basically all the crafting, if you can call it that, I'm gonna do right now. And I can sell.
Can I help?
This one. And stash it. And, well, that's about it, I guess. Here we have someone who, by the way, bought some sort of special effect for one of his weapons, I think. So he now has a glowing stuff around it. Quite nice. But, as I said, entirely pointless in terms of gameplay. So yeah, I do hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!